So in the last video, I took the time out to explain the #1 ingredient you need if you're looking to incorporate yourself for the first time, or if you've tried to incorporate yourself in the past and just weren't able to get over the hump to actually functioning in that corporation or that entity. I laid that out in that last video, and I'm going to build on top of it in this one, explaining exactly the team that you need to establish your LLC or new corporation effectively and sustainably. The #1 entity that you're going to need is somewhere to set up your domain name. That's correct. Believe it or not, setting up your entity prematurely with the Secretary of State, getting an EIN number, incorporated in that capacity prior to having a domain name secure can backfire and blow up in your face really quickly. That sucks when you pick a quality name that really fits your entity. You go through all of the hassle of getting it set up or paying the money to get it set up, and then you go to set up your website and secure a domain name and it's not available. It blows. That's not what you want to experience. So you need to set up your domain name first once you pick a name for your entity. Easy resources are like GoDaddy and other sites similar to that will help you pick out a domain name and secure it, as well as a business email. Very, very important. These two services and features alone can go a long way in making sure your business is set up sustainably and fundable down the line. The next thing you're gonna wanna do, yes, now you're gonna wanna set up the Secretary of State and get your EIN number. You should never pay to set up your EIN number with the IRS. There is, unfortunately, corrupt sites out there that are taking the questions off the IRS's website, plugging it on their own and putting it at the top of the search page. You should not have to pay a penny for your IRS EIN number, employer identification number for your business. This is like the Social Security number for your business. You pick the name, you get a domain name, you set up your EIN number, and then you set up with your local Secretary of State. You can do this yourself if you're willing to do the due diligence, or you can pay an entity, for instance, a LegalZoom, to set it up for you. Shouldn't cost very much. It can save you some time if you're not the type that wants to do the due diligence to set up at your Secretary of State yourself. But you can do it for pretty cheap on your own. Once you have that set up, the next step is going to be setting up a business bank account. Very important. When you're establishing your entity, in many cases, you're not legitimized as a business until you have a bank account for that entity, especially if you're gonna go for funding down the line, business credit, business funding. A business bank account is truly the inception of your business in the eyes of many, especially lenders. So you wanna set up a business bank account. My recommendation, do your due diligence on your needs. I don't recommend you setting up a business bank account online just because it's simple and convenient, because there's going to be needs and nuances that you're going to need to talk to an actual human being to get sorted out. And it's very hard to do that through the chat function on the Contact Us on that online banking services website. So I recommend getting into a physical location where you can get a physical banker on hand that you can reach and will continue to work with you to develop your business. Once you have that set up, the next thing I recommend that you get set up is your bookkeeping and get yourself a tax professional. If you're ready for your business entity to operate, if you're like actually ready to function, where you're gonna have transactions going in and out, it is very beneficial for you to have bookkeeping set up immediately. Because I'm telling you right now, the last thing you wanna do is let a bunch of transactions pile up over the course of months or even years. And then when it's time to file taxes and get organized, whether that's for business funding or whatever you may need it for, you don't have that in order, or you put yourself in a position where your tax accountant can't really do their job effectively because you have sloppy books, and then you get audited and have real problems with the IRS. Bookkeeping software, QuickBooks is a really good example, but there's a ton of them out there. And then again, you want a tax professional. This is very important. Your tax strategy is literally life and death to your business. Filing it in a way that allows you to be organized, compliant. On top of that, you want to be fundable for your business when it's time to get capital to grow. And in order to do that, you have to have a tax strategy that allows you to show income, depreciate things in your business effectively without writing off all of your income. One of the worst mistakes business owners make and solopreneurs and gig workers make all the time. Don't make that mistake. Get a decent tax professional who understands what you're trying to do, that will take the time out to find out a tax strategy that's suitable for you, that fits your business and will help you get funding and help you expand your banking relationship and grow your business down the line. Once you have these things set up, I can tell you right now, everything else that you need to set up for your business, like getting a virtual or physical office, getting a business phone number, these things will become easier, and they're just kind of the icing on the cake for that entity. But you want to take time, screenshot everything on here, or even take time to write them down. But I'm telling telling you this checklist, if you follow it to a T, will set this business up effectively and set it up for long-term health and sustainability and growth. Comment down below and let me know where you are with setting up your entity. If you set one up already and you missed some of the steps that I covered, you need more details in that, comment down below and let me know what you need help with or what you have more questions about. Want to learn more about myself and the channel? Start in the description section, work your way to the about section on the channel. To all my pioneers, welcome back. To my new viewers, welcome in. I want y'all to stay focused, stay in motion. I'll see y'all soon.